Today, here with me in the European Parliament in Brussels is Adriana Maldonado. Thank you so much for your presence.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
We will discuss about the digital identity, a new package that will change our lives. Let's explain.
Yes, it's true that every European citizens know that this mandate in the European Union will have a very important legislative process in all the digital files. And one of them, of course, is the digital identity. But what is the digital identity? Many citizens can think in the European Union. Imagine that nowadays we communicate in our social media, we work with internet, but it's true that we can have an interaction with the administration, also very digital. So I think that this piece of legislation try to implement this relationship between the public administration, the citizens, and also the digital part. But it's true that not all the countries in the European Union has the same level. So first of all, we have to put all the countries, the 27 countries, in the same level, and then we can create a wallet, a digital wallet. And in this wallet, we can interact and maintain all our digital files, all our documents in relation with administration, but also in relation with the private company.
Let's explain what is that level that everyone has to reach.
Yeah, for example, the country that has most experience in digital issues is Estonia and Finland. Last week, the one mission of the European Parliament of INCO committee, we was in Estonia and in Tallinn, and we can see how the government interact with all the digital issue. Imagine that in the future, the 97% of administrative processors we can make by a digital way. This is very interesting because we reduce a lot of financial issues that we have to cover nowadays physically, but also our time. And one of the issues that the European Union also want to try to cover is that in order to be more inclusive in the European Union, we need to have this kind of application and digital files also for elderly society, for example, and not only for young people, to the whole society. So there are different levels. So Estonia is very development in this kind of issue. Spain, what is my home country, is in a medium process, and also we have other countries that are not very developed. But I think that with this kind of wallet, we can create a common approach for the digital identity to all the countries in the European Union. But we are talking about 5-6 years, more or less.
You've said that Spain is at the medium level. What does this actually mean? What do you have on digital and what is not there yet, let's say?
So, for example, nowadays in Spain we can share and we can find some of our health issue and our health data in our mobile. We have an application and we can see there our COVID passport, our analyst, and also our doctor. But if we want to create a whole process of digital wallet, what we need is not only have one application for health issue, we also need, for example, for financial situation or taxation, or maybe to reduce a lot of bureaucratic issues when you have a baby and you need to go to the administration to register the baby. In Estonia, for example, you can do that, everything in the same application, everything the total information, and also only in 2 minutes you can create a company. So online. So it's there are many differences between one country and another. For example, in Spain, it's not very easy for the taxation, how we interact with the administration. Yeah.
It sounds complicated to put everything over there, to have everything on a digital format. You've explained that it will take us some years from now. But will it be safe enough for every citizen? Because there are some people that are wondering if everything will be really safe for them as persons.
Yeah, I think that this is one of the key questions that we have nowadays. So we can create a wallet, but only citizens are going to use this wallet if they consider that their information is safe in the wallet.
Exactly.
So, from my point of view, one of the main things that we have to cover is cybersecurity. And cybersecurity maintain is based into two pillars. One of them is the money, how we can finance our public administration, also at the European level, to ensure that the cyber resilience in the institution and in the technology is better than what we have today. And secondly, this is not enough, because also we need to have an educational process of citizens. So we have to cover the cybersecurity process, but also the education process in the society, because it's not available only for young people or those kind of people that use normally an email or internet, but we also need to put this wallet in a good way to all the citizens. So cybersecurity is very important, but also interoperability. What's happened in the internal market nowadays is that many interoperability are not available for one country to another.
Exactly.
Imagine Romanian citizens that are living nowadays in Brussels, and they need to go to the doctor, and the information is in the wallet in Romania, but it's not available for the doctor, all the information of the historic medical insurance process, operations, everything. So what we need to cover is that everything must be safe, but also must be interoperability to interact between different countries.
We've seen a lot of discussions around big data, because we are actually discussing about big data now in terms of a lot of information that anyone has on his or her name, let's say. We can see the medical area, let's say. Also the education, as you've explained, a lot of diplomas, and of course everything that is in the financial area. And the interoperability is extremely important nowadays, as you've mentioned. So who is going to be part of this new change at the level of the member state? Who is going to do the changing?
I think that if we think that the European level is the best way to organize all this kind of information based on interoperability, what we need to do is to create a European body, specific body for all this kind of issue of digital transformation. And of course, we need one part that is covered, the cybersecurity part, to the 27 member states, because it's not enough if we put the cybersecurity in one country in one level and another one in another level. We have to try to achieve a common approach between the 27 member states. So we as Parliament believe that the best option is to have a body at the European level that coordinates and also manage all this information of European citizens.
What will the citizens do in the near future? What do we have to do, actually?
I think that in 10 years, when we go to the past and we think that what is our life before, I think that we can, in 10 years, we can have all our information available in a security way, and also in a way that we can use that if it doesn't matter if the skill that we have in digital issues. Because also we have, for example, with disability people that also have the option to obtain this kind of information, to use and interact with the public administration, and we need this information in 10 years that are very available to everyone. And maybe as European Parliament, we think that in 10 years we can use this digital wallet to go to the university and make our exams, or go and buy a house in one country, and also go to the bank and make an agreement with the bank. So all these kind of issues I think that we can cover in the future in a better way, but also in a very effective way in terms of financial situation, because also reduce a lot all of our bureaucracy in our countries.
And saves a lot of time, and time is money, as we all know.
Time is money, and is one of the most important things that we have today in our society. We valorate a lot our time. So digital transformation is one of the issues that try to cover how we can make the same thing in less time.
A lot of people from Romania are watching you right now. What's your message for them?
Well, I think that we need to have more skills in digital transformation, and also be crucial to think that security is good for the future in terms of digital issue. But we need to use digitalization for transforming our countries, our society, but also our small life of way. Yeah, I think that we need to use more digital tools, but also be very carefully what we are doing with this kind of information that we transfer to another one.
Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you so much.